What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to do a shout out to you guys who subscribed to my channel of May 2024. So relax and enjoy the video. Alright, remember that I told you this. I will be doing a shout out to you guys every once a month. So, before I do the shout outs, I want to just to let you guys know that I just moved to North Carolina a few months ago. So, yep. And I'm glad this is a new place of North Carolina, and I miss being in Florida. So, and by the way, there's cool mountains and stuff in North Carolina that you guys will all see. So, and I have a big backyard. So, but I'm not going to show it to you guys just because I don't want to. Alright, let's get ready to start doing the shout outs. And by the way, if you want to do a shout out to you guys, I'm sorry, ignore the troll that I'm saying. By the way, if you want me to shout out to you guys next month, subscribe and I'll shout out to you again next month. So, when I do the shout out to you guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Alright. Shout out to Ninja Opie. Shout out to TJ's Ninja Things. Shout out to Insane Coasters. Shout out to Big Boy H. Shout out to Jackson McGee. Shout out to Kent K. Gogan Lovesguard. If I say it right, Kent K. Gogan Lovesguard. Shout out to Jamie Boy. Shout out to Poke Ninja 77. Shout out to Ben Euler. Shout out to Nicola Wolf. Shout out to Hangtime Adeline. If I say your name right, Adeline. Shout out to Jonas Silly Billies. Shout out, Shout out to Isaac V. Sullivan. Shout out to Wall Euro. Time out for a second. It's a little hot, so it's a little sweaty because it's so hot outside. So, alright, where were we? Oh, shout out to Sarah D. Jolo. Shout out to Jared Bandiga. Shout out to Spider Pig Ninja 34. Shout out to Reese Wallen. Shout out to Ninja Ben. Shout out to Ball Guy. That's a funny word. Alright. Shout out to EC Kids Fitness and Nutrition with GT Debbie May. Shout out to Jonathan Plowski. Sorry, my voice is looking a little weird right now, so ignore the weird voice. Yeah, shout out to Jonathan Plowski. Shout out to Troy31S. Shout out to Luke Filler. Shout out to OWI. Shout out to Eli Lopez. Shout out to Austin Condron. Shout out to Momeno Islam. Sorry, that's a different language word. Too hard for me to say. I'm not good at saying different language words that much. Shout out to Brandy H. Shout out to H Ninja 11. Shout out to Wesley Dew. Shout out to Quartzman Navy. Shout out to Holly Workcotts. Shout out to BDD the King. Shout out to Josh Wright. Shout out to Armadated. If I say your name right, Armadated. Shout out to Nightshades00. Shout out to Thomas Dash. Shout out to Thomas Dash. Shout out to Griffin James Maynard. Shout out to Chop. Shout out to Hearing. Shout out to Tyler Hammond. Shout out to Raymond Dash. Sorry, the wind is blowing my paper a little bit. Shout out to EEUN. That's a sloppy word for me to say. EEUN1. Shout out to EEUN1. Shout out to BBrack17. Shout out to Dammy. Shout out to Kev Rod. Shout out to M Farewell 21. Shout out to Robert Hummer. Shout out to Awesome Cool. Shout out to Gabriel Crisp. Shout out to ONW. Shout out to the Saxophone Ninja. Shout out to the Extreme Ninja. Shout out to Benny Boy. Oh, it's so hot outside and it's getting me a little sweaty. Okay, by the way, thanks for me doing the shout outs to you for the month of May. And I hope to do a shout out to you again next month. So, what I'm going to say now is peace.